Hey everyone, I'm super excited to be here today. Thank you so much for joining us. Um, a couple things about today so that you kind of know a little bit about what to expect, what's going to be happening here is we have some giveaways that we're going to do right out of the gate here, right at the beginning. And we're going to do a couple of pairs of tickets for the upcoming Pocatello, Idaho conference. And that's happening on October 8th. The next one that I wanted to do giveaways for is for the Sandy, Utah, that's happening on November 12th. And that just barely got announced, and we just barely put the tickets page up for that one. So I'm super excited to be able to let you know the dates for that, the location, all the goodies for that one. And that is going to be one of those events where you can come, you can do some Christmas shopping, holiday time, some self-care to kind of ramp yourself up, get yourself in the groove and just replenished and rejuvenated and refilled, whatever. And so this is how you do it. If you would like a chance at free tickets, what you're going to do is there's two steps. You're going to share this video. So you're going to click share wherever you are on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, I guess you can't really share it there, but maybe you could grab the link and share it on one of your other social media sites. But then what you do is go into the comments where you are, and I'll be able to see them whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, because I'm across a whole bunch of different platforms right now. And you're going to tell me if you want Pocatello or Sandy. And if you would like Arizona, we will be doing Arizona ticket giveaways in 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that. That'll be in September. So watch for that. But let me go ahead and give you the link so that you have the information for both of those. This one in Sandy is one of our, well, actually, Pocatello is a really popular event too. We were sold out the last 3 years that we've done it there. But here's the one for Sandy. You can go ahead and click on that. But just so that you know, there's not any like speakers on there yet, except for me. I know I'll be speaking, but we literally just announced it. But if you've already been to our events, or maybe you have already like seen our stuff, you already know that you want to go, then you already know you want to go, right? Hey, good morning, Elizabeth. Happy to see you on here. Yeah, and hi, Candace. So all you have to do is share this somewhere. Grab the link. Maybe you can even share it just like in a text to a friend. But if you share this with someone to help us get the word out, by the way, thank you for doing that. And by sharing it, and then just go ahead and comment which location you'd want, either Sandy or Pocatello. So now let me tell you about Pocatello, okay? Because we do have a lot of great things that we already know about since it's happening so soon. October 8th is the day, and I believe it's like 47 days or something like that away. It's really soon. I'm so excited. It's just enough time to get the kids back in school, take a breath, finish your, harvest if you have your own garden, and get back in the jive of things. And then boom, all of a sudden it's time for a conference, and you need it at that point, right? It's like, yay. So we do have people that travel around from states around Washington, Oregon, Montana, Wyoming, of course, Idaho, and of course, Utah. But we also have people that fly in from other states as well. Last year, we had somebody that flew in from Minnesota. There were a couple of others from the East Coast that came. And I'm just like so excited for this. Pocatello, in the early part of October, is like a crisp, beautiful air. It's just stunning. I used to live in Idaho, and I really love it. It's only about an hour and 15 minutes-ish north of my home. And it's just stunning. And ISU, Idaho State University, has been such a terrific host for us. And I just absolutely love it. So let me tell you about some things that are going to be happening there. We have what I'm calling our main event is happening at noon. Make sure you're for sure there by noon. Cammie Harvey, who's been to our last 2 events and done our huge community drum circles, she's going to be in the Bengal Theater, which is all amphitheater style seating. And then it has this huge screen on the stage. And the acoustics in there are just amazing. So I can't wait for the resonance of the actual drums and what that's going to do for everybody's biofield that's in there. It's just going to be awesome. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm seeing some people put down that they shared, or now you're just going to have to tell me, like, which one do you want a pair of tickets for? So you're winning 2 free general session tickets to go to whichever one you want right now, Pocatello or Sandy. And I do have a limited number, so share right away, get this out there, help us get the message out about these events. So many people write in and say, I live right there at that location, like right there, and I didn't know about it. So this is you kind of helping us to get the message out, and we really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Okay. Besides the drum circle happening at noon, which I'm calling the main event because it's just going to be so amazing in there, we also have a wide variety of vendors that are going to be attending. Now, the thing that you need to know about our vendors is it's not just like you go in and you see a bunch of vendors that you've always seen before. These are like new cutting edge technology, things that can help for your mind, body, and spirit health. Like, I'm just so excited about all of the opportunities. So it's like a whole experience to go through the vendor hall. Lots of times we have room for quite a number of people to have complimentary light therapy sessions with Lumaceuticals. Marta DeBerard has been there for, she's been to every single conference that we've ever done with her company. And I'm just so grateful. So right when you very first get there to the conference, I want to give you a couple of tips. One of them is to go and find her and sign up for a light therapy session. You get a full 20-minute treatment, and it is just so relaxing, so soothing. Who's done the light therapy before that can vouch and tell us like how awesome it is? Like, it really is amazing. And there's all different types of settings depending on what you need. And it is an FDA approved medical device for quite a few things. So you'll definitely want to talk to them about that, especially if you are looking for something that you can do for your own home, for your own health, or you also have a clinic where you'd like to help service and serve clients. So you want to make sure you definitely check that out. The other thing that you want to do right towards the beginning of the day is you want to go find Midge's booth. Midge is going to be there with Dr. John Harmon, and they have complimentary stem cell activation patches that you can use. And when you put it in, they utilize quantum physics energy. And I talked personally with the researcher who did the third-party research on their products. And she uses them herself now, but of course she can't really talk about that, and she's not signed up as a distributor or anything like that because that would be a conflict of interest. But she's told me personally about why she personally uses them and how much they've helped her. I've been super grateful to learn about the science of the patches, and I personally use them also, and I'm getting more acquainted with how I can utilize them in my everyday life. But they have a complimentary light, they call it a stem cell activation patch. There we go. I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. So you want to go get those two things. They're complimentary right out of the gate, right out of the beginning. Also, many practitioners are there offering their services. I know Amy Winsett is going to be there today. We'll be offering sessions as well. And she was totally booked the last conference. In fact, she said she's never, ever had that many appointments at a conference because it was like back to back. I know she'll fill up. You'll want to go get on her calendar. Joy Beck is there. She'll be offering emotion code and body code sessions. She's so good at what she does. And also she'll be doing foot zones. So you want to go get on her schedule early as well. She almost always fills up. She goes clear up till the end of the day. It's just going to be so exciting. So go check these guys out for sure. Some of the other speakers that are going to be there, Shelley Jo Wallstrom also offers a sample of her amino acid therapy there as well. And she's going to be talking about a lot of different things, but of course, how you can also help your kids with amino acid therapy, hypnotherapy, and nutrition. So she's fantastic. Her classes fill up as well. We call her Grandma Shelley. She's fun. She's like has so much vitality, so much energy, and so much passion and caring for other people. It's just really cool. If you're interested in tickets, all you got to do is share this video and then tell me which spot you want, Pocatello or Sandy, and I'm going to hook you up with a pair of tickets. And there's a limited number, so make sure you share early on in this video today. We're just going to be going for about 1 hour today. All right, the next thing that we also have is we have a couple of new speakers, a new one that is going to be coming in from the Midwest. His name is Brian Shaw, and he does a modality that is called RTT healing. And what it can do is really get at the root issue. And I'm super excited. I worked with him a little bit over, I think it was about a month ago, and was like, this is awesome. So he's always loved working with technology, figuring out how things work. He's spent 25 years plus doing computer repair, but he really felt that he could do more. And so because our bodies kind of work like computers in a way, he really loved the science of the RTT. So I'm excited to have him come and talk about healthy mindset and unconditional love through RTT healing. So if you're interested in those kind of things, I'm always loving to get new speakers. And by the way, if you are an expert, author, practitioner, and support person, anything, it doesn't have to be energy healing. We're really looking forward to bringing in more people for relationship coaching, and self-care, all kinds of yummy stuff like that. So if you know somebody that you think would be a good fit, or you're thinking about maybe speaking, I'm going to go ahead and just drop really quickly here the link for the application to speak, because we did just announce the awesome dates for November 12th in Sandy, Utah. And then also we have a few spots left in Pocatello, Idaho on October 8th. So if you'd like to be a featured speaker there, let us know for sure. Okay, one other thing that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go ahead and announce our winners here, is I want to talk about some personal things, actually. If you guys are okay with that, if I do that, is that okay? A couple nights ago, I couldn't sleep. It was the middle of the night. And I was just like, one of those things. I think the kids got up and was getting a drink out of water, and they were using the ice maker, and it was making some noise. And that was that. It was like I couldn't sleep after that. So I got up and I was wrestling with my thoughts and some things that were just like a little bit of turmoil that I had within myself. And I wrote up some self-empowerment affirmations. And I'm so excited. I want to share the first 20 with you right now. Is that okay if I do that? Can I be completely oh my gosh. In fact, I might even just share a few of them just in the comments if you'd like to copy and paste any of them. And then I'm going to share a tool that I personally use to help myself get out of a funk if I find myself there. And of course, it's not if, it's when, right? Because I'm human. So here we go. If any of these speak to you, kind of tune in and listen for this, because I'm going to be teaching a class in Pocatello and in Sandy in detail. We're going to bring some volunteers up and be working with people right in front of the audience. It's just going to be awesome. I'm so excited. Okay, so here we go. These are self-empowerment affirmations that I just wrote a couple nights ago. So here we go. And this would be, I think, extremely helpful for people who maybe have gone through a transition in their life. It could be a move that they've been struggling with, a job change, maybe even a divorce, or even a new marriage that maybe it's a blended family and there's some challenges that kind of come along with that. It could be something else as well, like a faith transition or other belief change. It could be anything like that. So here we go. Here's the first ones. I trust myself. Sounds really simple, sounds really plain, but it's really very important and very empowering just to even be able to have that. So here we go. I trust myself. It is safe to be me. I am the creator, the power, and the authority in my own life. I am the best advocate for myself. I am officially free to be me. I am at peace. It is safe for me to make my own choices. I express who I am easily. I joyfully move on to new levels of experience as my soul evolves. I now go into a state of harmony as I create my life. I am enthusiastic about my life, and I am filled with that energy and enthusiasm. I live in the present moment with gratitude. Now, are any of these like resonating with you? Are you feeling like there's one that really speaks to you or is helping you to be able to feel what you're wanting to feel? Okay, here we go. I live a life of possibilities. It is safe for me to see other viewpoints. It is okay for me to make some noise, right? Hold on just a second. I'm almost done, baby. I express myself freely and joyously. I speak up for myself with ease, and I express my creativity. Hey, baby. I lovingly accept my decisions. I am free to change my mind at any time. It is safe for me to trust myself. I am a good friend. I am wanted. I matter. I am loved, appreciated, and valued. Like, what are you guys thinking about any of these? Are they feeling good to you? Yeah. Okay. Sarah says, I just moved. I went to 19 different schools before I graduated. I wish I would have known how to do this. You know what I mean? Every time I got a set of friends, it was like, it was time to move again. You know what I mean? Yes, I love that one too, Candace. I am free to change my mind. Actually, kind of come to think of it in regards to that one, I'm reading a really good book right now by Adam Grant. Well, I'm listening to it on Audible. It's called Think Again. And it's really good. It's about how to challenge your own belief system to see if it's serving you. And it gives you permission to change your mind if it's not. It's really, really a powerful book. And it's written for a universal audience. Doesn't matter where you're from or who you are. It would be good for anyone. So I really, really like it. Okay, here's a few more. Tell me which ones really stand out to you, okay? I am at peace with knowing who I am. I know the real me, and I'm grateful for who I am. I am good at connecting with others. My superpower is being me. I enjoy thinking. I love that one. I am a master creator. I believe in a world of possibilities as they are all around me. I enjoy giving and receiving. And this one like totally made me start just crying. Got me all choked up. Okay, it says, where did it go? The things that matter to me matter. I have a strong sense of wonder and curiosity. My interests are important and relevant. I enjoy researching and visualizing my goals. I can easily share kind words with others and receive them in return. The universe says yes to my thoughts and desires. I know how to think in my favor. Hold on a second. I'm almost done, baby. I am the best advocate for myself. I can create and keep healthy boundaries for myself. I am charming. I love that one too. I keep a promise to be here for myself. I have tenacity when it comes to the world I want to live in. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I accept all parts of me. I commit to evolving and growing, and I show up with authenticity. I give myself permission to relax. Oh, are you guys liking these? Like, do they feel good to you? Which ones have stood out to you personally the most? Hold on a second. I got like 5 minutes, babe. Okay. She's like, I really want to show you this gymnastics trick. Okay. Okay. So I am free to change my mind. That one stood out to Candace. Thank you so much. Monica said, thank you for sharing these. These are amazing. Can I share something else with you guys? This is just so powerful. I did a recording with music in the background to these. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but let me know if you can. I wrote these affirmations a couple nights ago, Claire.
I trust myself. I trust myself.
And I just
I trust myself. It is safe to be me. I am the creator, the power, and the authority in my life. I am officially free to be me. I am at peace. I express who I am easily. It is safe for me to make my own choices. I joyfully move on to new levels of experience as my soul evolves. I now go into a state of harmony.
Okay, you guys, I wanted to share these with you. Hold on just 1 minute, please. I'm almost done. Okay. She's really wanting to show me this trick. Okay, let's see here. Where did you get these musics? I need them to do what you do. Okay, Sarah, send me a message and I'll send you the link. It's just on YouTube. I think it's called, crap, I can't remember. But I'll send you the link if you send me a message, okay? Let's see. Oh, this is so good, you guys. Okay, if you are wanting to be able to like be free from thought that has like kind of held you in a box, if you're looking to have more empowerment, I just wanted to like show up today and share this gift with you guys and share a couple of these that have really made a huge difference to me. Yeah, that one to me, what matters to me matters. When I was doing the recording, I didn't play it that far, but when I played that one, oh, I just started crying. It was really, really good for me to hear that one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy and paste. I don't know if it'll let me show you this in the whole comment. Let me try 10 of them at a time. Now I think I probably better do them in shorter ones here. Let's see if that works. If it works. Nope. Is it going to work? Oh yeah, it did. Okay. So you should be able to see them in the comments. I'm actually going to give you guys a link to the whole document. There's 100 of them. So if you're thinking that you might want that, I want to tell you really quickly about the class that I'm doing in Pocatello. It's all about this. Okay. It's called Create a Life of Possibilities. And I'm just going to read the class description for you. It says, Tammy helps her clients rise above crisis and helps them create a life of possibilities using 3 daily tools. She will teach these practical daily tools in class. I'm not just going to talk about them. I'm going to show you how to do them and then give you the resources and just the tools that I've already created. So it's going to be a lot of really great free stuff as well. Whether you are at rock bottom right now or at the mountaintop, these tools will help you to continue to rise above in a life and rise above to the life of possibilities. So this right here is my private email. And I want to invite you guys just to take a minute to send me a quick email and let me know you were on the Facebook Live and that you would like that. Hold on just a minute. I know you're wanting to show this to me. I'm almost done.
Who is that?
That's Jace. You just wanted to ask me that question?
No, and I'm hungry and I went to food.
Okay. I got 4 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and, hey, real life, right, guys? Like my kids don't start school again until the 29th. So Candace says, me too, crying, and you don't realize why in your conscious. I already think that I kind of pinpointed mine, Candace. Mine was that I have felt like I didn't matter at different times. So even just saying that statement and then listening to it, it made such a difference to me personally. So come here. Let me hold you here for just a minute because we got 3 minutes left. You're not going to starve to death. I gave you pancake options, oatmeal, and cereal all this morning, and you denied all of them. So just a minute, okay? Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. Send me an email right now. This is my email across the screen. And let me know. Okay, let's get some tickets awarded here, right? Candace Ludlow, where do you want your free tickets to go? And will you send me an email also so that I can send you the link so you can claim those? Sarah, do you already have tickets to Pocatello? If not, will you send me an email also? And good morning, everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so excited to turn the time over to Amy here. She's got like 1 minute to go. I'm just going to go ahead and announce a few more winners. Mindy says, I can't wait for Arizona. Yes, Arizona. Those tickets will be announced in 2 weeks. We are going to be doing those. So make sure you're here on our Friday announcements and Facebook Lives. It's going to be so much fun. So Elizabeth, will you go ahead and send me an email also today? Make sure you do it today, okay? So I can give you those 2 free tickets to Sandy. Mindy says, she shared, which ones do you want, hun? Where do you want to go? Candace wants Pocatello. Okay, cool. Go ahead and send me that as well. Arlene, I'd love to hook you up with a pair of tickets to Sandy. Go ahead and send me a message as well. And I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for allowing me just to share this with you, because it was one of those nights where I literally just could not sleep. And I was like, man, what is racking my soul right now? And it was like, I'm ready. And I turned this music on that was just like this soul stirring music. And I just went to town and just wrote. And it's over 200 right now, but I am just stoked to be able to share that with you. So send me an email today, Tammy@hopehavenevents.com. And I'll totally hook you up. So no problem. Okay, Lydia, send me an email also. We'll get you hooked up. And we're going to go ahead and now turn the time over to the amazing Amy Winsett. And Amy is one of our speakers who's been quite a few times. I've actually been to a massage with her. Don't claim on me right now. 1 minute. This is so funny. Everybody who's been on who's ever been a kid or had kids, like totally is like, oh yeah, But Amy, I just want to tell you guys, she had as many people in her class as Carol Tuttle, you guys. Like her class is highly, highly sought after, popular. She speaks all over the place. I'm so excited about the new house that she's getting into, and she has so many fun things to celebrate. Don't do that, please. And I'm just so excited. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring Amy on.
Hey, Tammy.
Hey, baby. I'm going to go get this girl something to eat.
Yeah, go feed your kids.
I'm like, oh my goodness. I thought I locked the door, but what else? All right.
Yeah,
love you, friends.
It is what it is.
And yep. And we'll see you. I'll come back and kind of wrap it up at the end here, but you got 30 minutes. So,
okay.
Hey, thanks.
All right. You're welcome, Tammy. I've never been short for words, so this should work out. And Tammy, we all get it. I have 2 little ones as well. And I told my husband, take them to McDonald's for breakfast and let them play on the play so I could have time to focus and talk without them. Otherwise, they would absolutely be all over my lap as well. So go feed your little one. No worries. These friends and myself are just going to talk about some fun things. So I'm Amy Winsett, and I am the author of Awakening the Healing of Your Soul. And this book came out last year, and I've done a few conferences with Tammy since then. And I bring it to every conference, and I do book signings and also readings and give people angel messages. And so that's another thing that I'll be doing when we get up to Pocatello, Idaho on October 8th. I will be speaking at 10 a.m. And I'm going to be talking about connecting with your guides, which is probably the hottest topic of anything that I ever speak on. So just a little backup or a little background about me. I'm the owner of Serenity Wellness Spa, which is in Kaysville, Utah. And I offer private sessions, massage. I'm a massage therapist. And I'm also a spiritual medium, which means I'm able to connect with your angels, your guides, your energy, and be able to read those messages and feel the energy in your body, your spirit, where things are blocked, things aren't serving you, and things that need to be healed. It's really a pretty amazing experience. And it's just incredibly eye-opening. And it's just a gift that I've been given to be able to do that. And I really enjoy being able to share that. So I do that in Kaysville. You can actually book a private session with me at amywinsett.com. That's not really a web page. What it's going to do, go to amywinsett.com, is it's going to take you to my scheduling page for Serenity Wellness Spa. It's just a quick, easy way to get there. And then you can look me up as a provider, and you can see the services. You can get a massage with energy work, or some people don't always want the massage, and you can just have a private session of just energy work in person. But I also offer online and phone sessions as well. And you can book those as well there. So yeah, take a look at that. And then I have another therapist there as well who does massage. If you can't get into me and you really want to get a massage, she's an excellent therapist and her name is Sarah. So that's my life. 25 hours a week or so is serving you guys, dedicating my time, my energy, and my gifts to being able to relieve the tension and pain in the body, also associated with the emotions that we're feeling and the spiritual progression that we need and those messages that we need to receive. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my book, and then we're going to stop at one part of my book in particular, which is about connecting with guides. Like I said, I'm the author of Awakening the Healing of Your Soul. The subtitle here is let me put that on the camera. Discover your intuitive gifts, connect with your guides, heal your soul. This book is the process to energy healing in a nutshell. If you've always kind of wondered how the pieces all work together, what was interesting to me is when I wrote this last year, it was like almost an aha to me as well when I discovered what I call the awakening process. And so this is just almost in the beginning of the book here, where I have this little chart that talks about the awakening process. And it begins with belief. Your belief opens up your intuition. Your intuition connects you with the guides, those messages that you need, what I'm using when I'm doing a private session with you. And because we're being guided, we get to go to that space of healing. Your guides want you to heal. Your higher power wants you to heal. You need to heal. We need to get these things out of our life and these roadblocks out of the way that will get us to, right there, our purpose. This book mostly focuses on the healing part so that it can lead you up into the purpose. I do plan on writing my next book, which is called Awakening to Your Soul's Purpose. So it's going to be like the part 2 to this, but this really, really focuses on the healing process, but also everything that it takes to get up to that healing process. So many times we just feel like that we self-sabotage a lot. Whoa, where's my page? Sorry. There we go. We self-sabotage a lot and just think that we have to be so perfect and deserve everything. But what you'll see here is that belief, sorry, I'm a little camera weird here. Belief is going to be the very first step to opening your intuition. And notice there isn't a step in there that says deserving. It's belief. And so anybody right here today could open up their intuition simply by believing that they can be in tune with spirit energy. The space and the spirit energy is where we get information to all things, the subconscious world where all truth lies. We want to be in tune with that. We want to be in spirit. We want to be inspired. And when we're in that state, we are basically back on track and accomplishing our purpose. I think that's so important right now. One of the number one questions I get all the time, besides people feeling like they need some healing, they want things shifted or changed in their life to better serve them, is they go, what is my purpose and why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? And this is not supposed to be something that's really difficult. It's not supposed to be some hidden message, but we have to learn how to stay into this present state of being in tune inside our spiritual, inside of our bodies, and being able to embrace those messages that come through so that every single second of every single day, we're basically being guided. At the same time, it's not something that we have to feel like we're overthinking and are just constantly like, oh, am I listening? Am I listening to my guides? Am I listening to my guides? So I want to talk to you a lot today, and on October 8th in Pocatello, Idaho, we're going to be talking about that guidance piece, that connecting with your guides and who they are and how do we recognize what they're doing. So, and I'll just kind of show you my table of contents here. I actually dedicated 3 chapters to that specifically. So starting with chapter 4, you're going to see connecting with your guides is the name of that chapter. And then the next chapter 5 is about receiving their messages. And chapter 6 is about angelic assistance, how they're helping us and what we can ask them to do for us. So your guides. Let's just like, who are my guides? Usually when I start talking like that, somebody will say to me, oh, I really think that my grandma is my guide. I think my grandpa's my guide. I think so-and-so is my guide. And I'll say, absolutely. But I really like to focus on the ones that I think get the most ignored, the least amount of attention, but absolutely round the clock, 24/7, work the hardest for us. And I think that I believe, and I've seen this for others, and they've come through in so many validating ways that to me, this is just knowledge at this point, that we have two guides, at least at all times, from the time we were born to the time that we die, that were not your grandma, not somebody that you knew in this life. Usually it could be ancestors, usually a generation or two back, because your lifetimes did not overlap. And I feel like you have one on your left and one on your right at all times. And they're helping you. They have like different jobs and things that they help you to do. And they do have names and they do have personalities. And what's interesting is that their personality is really a lot like your personality in a lot of ways. They're definitely a good match for you. There's one that's, I always feel like the one on the left is the one that's more like you, and you have an easier time listening to them. And it just kind of flows, because it's just kind of, you receive it on this left side, you receive it really well. And then there's the one on your right that you feel pushes you to do the things that maybe would be difficult for you to do. But if you're hearing those messages, you're like, okay, I got to do it though. And sooner or later you do that. Now, some people, when I've taught these classes, feel like they resonate more with the one on the right. That's the real pusher, the goer, the doer, the task-oriented one, and listening to those messages. But most, and I only say most, feel more connected to the left, because the left is more the feeler. And a lot of people who come to the conferences or follow Tammy, a lot of us are those feelers. And a little bit more free-spirited in a lot of ways. So that resonates with us. So when I ask an audience, like, hey, raise your hand, which one, does the left one resonate more with you? When I talk about how it's kind of a more free-spirited flow, lighthearted kind of an energy, where it just those natural feel-good things happen for you. Or do you feel like you're more driven? And, raise your hand if you're more driven on this right side and the task-oriented one. And sometimes you're disconnected with what you should be feeling about things. It's like 95% will be the feelers, and about 5% are I feel more connected to the task-oriented one. And of course, that's just in that audience. So the world's kind of made up of both the thinkers and the feelers. And anyway, so that's just kind of something interesting to think about. For me, I definitely connect more with the one on the left. I know her name. I woke up several times. It was just a few months ago. I woke up several times in the night to this name, I'll tell you what it is in just a minute, to this name. And I was just like, what in the world? Why? And throughout that whole week, the next couple of days, people in my real life with that name just kept showing up and showing up and showing up. It was so much. And finally, I just was like, what? Kind of just asking the guides, the angels, like, what is this? And then I just heard, that's my name. So the name was Sarah, actually. It's very easy for me to communicate with her and to connect with her. And when I might be missing a message from her, it's funny to watch that, again, a bunch of Sarahs will come in droves in my life. And I go, oh, okay. And I connect really quick, make sure I'm back in alignment with her, and, see what messages might be coming up in the physical world, even, that have been trying to pop out at me. I do feel connected to my angel on my right. I feel like she is the one who, and I do feel like she's female. I feel like she's the one who was like, write the book. And I'm a little bit of a free spirit. So sometimes writing a book feels like a homework assignment. It was hard sometimes to just really focus, especially, like I said, I had two little ones as well. But it was like, get it done. And I actually wrote it in 60 days from start to finish, and just in time to deliver it at Tammy's conference last year in Sandy. So I'm really glad that I do listen to her, but it takes more determination sometimes to do that. So that's just an idea of my two guides. There's different ways which they'll be able to communicate. And again, this can also be grandma and grandpa and aunt and uncle and sister and friend. and people who come through with those messages as well. The thing that we have to remember most, because so many people get frustrated and say, I don't know if I'm hearing their messages. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. And because we really want to, wouldn't it be great if it was like a phone call, it's just a very direct thing. It's not meant to be that way, because it's such a spiritual thing that is supposed to come into our physical being so that we create this spiritual physical oneness. Your telephone doesn't do that for you. Your telephone just works in the physical world. So we don't want it to be like that. We want it to be spiritual inside the physical. But the biggest thing, the way they come through, and I talk about this in the book, is your thoughts. Like, don't feel like you're totally off track. You are getting thoughts. Your guides are working at just the right moments when they can catch you at those vibrations. Even if you're very, very, very busy, the more you meditate and the more you're open to things like this, the easier it's going to feel. Like you're going to be more confident. It's going to feel easier to get those messages. You're going to recognize them better. But even if you're a very, very busy person, I promise you that your guides are very talented. They know what they're doing, and they are finding ways to get into the conscious part of your mind so that you can stay on track and do those things. At that point, you can still ignore them. You can still make choices that are not really in alignment. I mean, people are doing it all over the world, unfortunately. But I know that our viewers today are interested in being in alignment and being able to fulfill their purposes and bring healing into this world that is really, really hurting. So here's a fun one that I discovered, and I talk about this in the book, is they will come through with images. And sometimes you're like, I'm not a very imaginative person. Some people say, I don't see color. I don't see images come to my mind. Great. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about how they come through in the physical world. So I want you to start paying, this is like a little homeworker to do. I want you to, one, allow your angels to communicate with you in this way, your guides to communicate with you in this way. When you allow it consciously, you say, I am going to allow them to bring an object into my space that I get to interpret, see it in the physical world and interpret. All of a sudden they go, great, we have her attention, and they can start bringing you those things, those little validations. But here's one for you. About three and a half, maybe 4 years ago, I was at the beginning of building the spa that we have now and building that business. And the construction part of it, I just wanted to let my husband do, and basically like, hey, whenever it's ready, just tell me when it's ready and I'll show up and start, doing my magic and taking clients like what I was used to, what I was doing at a different location at that time. And anyways, that's the backstory to what was going on in my life. But one day when I was at work and on my way to work, before that location was built, I within a matter of 3-4 hours, I saw 3 Jeeps. Now you're like, Jeeps are common. We see them everywhere. Well, except for pay attention when your guides are like, look, another one. And you're like, why am I paying attention? Why am I paying attention and seeing so many Jeeps? So this is very interesting. On my way to work, I kind of followed a Jeep to work a little bit. Then when I was at work, I noticed that one of my clients had driven a Jeep to work in the parking lot, which who cares, right? But I was noticing it. For some reason, I'm staring at this Jeep. And then when I left work and I was waiting to make a left turn to get onto the main street, I'm waiting for this Jeep to pass me to go through. And because I'm pretty familiar with this stuff and I try not to be super hard to communicate with my angels, I was like, okay, that is 3 Jeeps in a row that I just kind of found my energy being a little bit fixated on. It wasn't something that was just something in the back of my head or mind, like most cars are when they pass me or come into my life. And I was like, okay, what's with all the Jeeps today? Now you're like, what the heck? Okay, so I use an app or a web page called Dream Moods. You can go to dreammoods.com. I have an app, but I feel like they don't let you download the app anymore, and that's kind of frustrating. But you can go to any dream interpretation app, and they will and just type this in. Your angels know what app you're going to use, so they know what messages to give you. And I typed that into my phone and I put Jeep. And one thing, and there's going to be a long explanation for any object or image that you're going to put in there. There is, but you're going to listen for the one that resonates. Excuse me. And you're going to know which one resonates. It's just going to be like, oh, I'll bet that was the message they were trying to give me. So I look up the word Jeep, and it comes through as needing to be, and it's so strange that objects have all these different meanings. It said needing to be more involved in the day-to-day decisions of my business. And I was like, oh, so I can't just say, hey, husband, go do the thing. Let me know when to show up. I was missing pieces to that business and that process that I really did need to put my 2 cents in. I didn't want to be stressed out by it. I was already working, and that was supposed to be his part of the deal, is to go do that. But I was missing pieces, a part of that creation process. And my guides knew that. And so by showing up with that image of Jeep, 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 and me being willing to say, I will see things in the physical world, I will give them that to use, especially if I'm kind of missing the message. A lot of times you can get a lot of messages in your own meditations way before they have to start throwing images at you, but whatever, we'll take that information anywhere we can. We are human and we have our weaknesses. So anyways, I appreciated that, because I listened and I got more involved in that process, because there was a lot, this is my business, and there was a lot of information that needed to come to me, exactly how to create it, to best serve the clients, to have the best feeling in that spa for people. It wasn't something that I was just supposed to show up to later. So that is one example. I want to challenge you guys, because you're aware, because you're setting the intention, because you're giving and granting permission to be able to see those objects in the physical world. Just don't ever overthink it. It'll kind of hit you. You'll be like, gosh, I have seen that like 3 or 4 times, or even a name. Like I said, that name Sarah came through so many times. That's how I finally just went, is this the name of my guide? And you can set an intention for any question that you want to have answered. If your question is, what is the name of at least one of my guides? Put it out there, let it go, and let them come to you at the times and see those things. But then also ask, like, are you telling me your name? Something like that, if it just keeps repeating, and see if it resonates. And hopefully we're all learning how to feel like when something resonates. When something resonates, it's like a vibration that matches, and it just feels right. It's like a musical note and another musical note. They're the exact same, at the same frequency, and they meet. That's when it resonates. And that's when we say, this resonates with me in my heart or in my soul. Then you know that you're in that alignment, you're in tune. It's the same thing with music. Then you are in tune. So that's pretty great. And Tammy, whenever you're ready, you can jump back on. I know you wanted to do like a little bit of a Q&A with me. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking. Hopefully your little one did get fed. So, and the purpose. So let's talk about the purpose of these messages with your guides, other than just, keep you on track here, keep you out of trouble there, is we have purpose to life. And I feel like the world is hurting so much, it's forgetting that there's purpose to every individual life. Everybody has a soul contract that said, here's my piece that I came to do. And there aren't other people to take the place of you and your contract. There's nobody else. This world does, I don't mean to make people freak out and get all sad, but the world does suffer and hurt when we do not show up with our piece that we said that we would do, so that we can bring the entire world into a higher vibrational state. We can find healing more easily. In fact, not just find healing more easily, but have less injury, more joy, more peace with that spiritual power from which we were created, and just be more unified with that. And that's really what our souls want. Our souls want to progress. They want to feel at peace. And so we do want to listen to these guides to remind us of those soul contract things. So I'll talk just a little bit. I feel like I should talk about soul contracts and what that means. The number one way that you can know that you are fulfilling your soul contract is, are you listening to the desires of your heart? Now, not the addictions of your body. Oh, I really want, alcohol or caffeine or drugs or something like that. Those are the addictions of the body. Those are just interrupting your spiritual wavelength. When you know it's a desire of your heart, for instance, since I was like 18 years old, wanted to be a massage therapist. I actually didn't go to school for that until I was 36 years old. So another lifetime later, 18 more years later, I was able to start school. But in my heart, I knew that I needed to be in that profession. And I did do it. Now you're going to find people who go, I don't want to touch people's bodies. I don't like touching feet. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with that. I don't mind doing any of that. I don't mind touching your feet or bodies. To me, it's a very sacred privilege to be able to do that. And there is a desire inside of me that wanted to do that. And that is one way that I know I'm fulfilling my soul's contract, is because it was something I wanted to do. Too often we think it has to feel hard. It's not, you're not doing any good unless it's like a sacrifice and it's something that's hard. I absolutely disagree. I think most of the time, and especially when we're in tune, we are feeling those desires as just joyful things. So, and another thing I wanted to do was I knew I had a gift of being a medium to be able to talk with people's past loved ones and with my own and be able to give messages. So it wasn't just for me to be a massage therapist. It was also to be able to speak with souls and give them messages and the healing that they need. Totally separate from that, I really wanted to be a dance teacher. This is way previous. I was a dancer since the age of 3. And at the age of 27, I was hired by a dance studio, then a single mom at the time and needed the work. And I taught dance for 10 years. I really, really, really wanted to do that. I know these kind of sound like fun things, but guess what, you guys? I turned my hobbies into my career. My passion is how I help others, but also am able to help my family. So why does it have to be hard? Are you in a dead-end job? Are you in a situation where you just don't like going to work every single day? I promise you that there is a message from your angels and your guides to get you in a state that is more creative, more in alignment, and makes you feel better to be alive. When we're living in spirit, when we're living in our soul purpose, listening to those desires of our heart and going with it, even though I know you're going to be afraid because it doesn't pay as much or this or that or that or that, that there's going to be those little things in your head. I challenge you to listen to your guides, because what do you do with money anyways? You buy a higher quality of life. And if you're spending 40 hours a week in something that you do not like, you just really can't stand the 40 hours of your life every week, that is a huge problem. And I think that's worth a pay cut. So I try to tell that to a lot of people. A lot of people have a hard time believing that, but I guess somebody today probably needed to hear that. But really, just in general, and this can go not just career, but in any part of your life, and in your love life and your kids and other ways that you serve in your community. If you want to do it, you're meant to do it. That is like, how else would we read our contracts? We're just almost not that awakened or aware. So I feel like our higher power made that easy for us by putting in desires. And you're like, I don't even know what I want. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get out your journal. This is the beauty of spirit guides and belief. You can get out a journal and you're going to say, you're going to listen for what you want. I do this with clients a lot. I get quite a few clients that are indecisive. They're like, I don't know who I want to date. I don't know where I want to work. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I don't know what I want in life. So how are they reading their soul contract? They don't even know what they want. I literally will put my hand right here on their heart, because this is where I feel like the soul contract is inside the body. And I will listen, and I can tell them exactly who they wish they were dating, what they're looking for, or their perfect job, or where their gifts and talents are. I just get a feeling for that person's soul. And even though a few minutes previous, they had no idea what they wanted to do or who they wanted to date, they're just like idealists. When I say the things, and they're very specific to their personality, even when I don't know them that well, they go, oh my gosh, that's right. I really, really do want those things. So I get to help remind them of what that is. So it's in there, but your guides can do this for you too. And I would suggest getting out your journal and letting them tell you. Let them tell you. Imagining, not just imagining, this is not make-believe, but holding a space for your angels to be able to come in. You're giving them permission, and then writing and being able to say, here's what I want. I mean, get specific, ask a specific question. If you go, just tell me anything, I feel like you do yourself a disservice. I can do that, but if you're just starting with this, I feel like you do a disservice if you just kind of put it too broad. Get something kind of specific, a specific subject. Write that subject at the top of the page, and then listen for anything you feel like you want to write. It works this way too. You want to listen to the feelings. What do you feel like you want to put on that piece of paper right now? And if it's nothing, write nothing, and then say, show me what's after nothing. Because indecision is a real thing. It can be a real block. So write it down and say, I see that there's a little block here, but then show me what's behind the block. There's a big secret in channeling and getting information is show me what's behind the block. I do it all the time with clients because I know that there are blocks and they try to stop us, but look around it. Hey, just like you would if something was blocking your view in the physical world, you'd say, hey, can you move that? I want to look around that. Same thing with energy. So I really encourage you guys to get out the pen and paper and start channeling that way. Unless, of course, you are already aware of ideas and thoughts that come to you. And it's still a good idea to channel on occasion with pen and paper, and get some clarity, get a message, hold a space to see objects in the physical world. If you are curious about your guide's name or something, hold a space to be able to get that information. It's not critical that you know their by name and things like that. That is not critical. What's critical is that we're staying in a place of being in tune to be able to hear their messages. It's not even critical that you know that it's these two guides or it's grandma and grandpa or it's where they're exactly coming from. Really, they're all just working together to make sure that you are getting the messages so that you can find healing to your soul. We can bring in some energy of what's missing so that you can feel whole. Your chakras can feel aligned and balanced. I do talk about that in the following chapters in my book about how they guide us towards healing. And then, but ultimately, your purpose should feel good. You feeling purpose driven is a really good feeling. So anyways, that's basically that. I know I've taken my time, Tammy. So if you want to jump back on, that'll be great. So I'll just, until you get back on, I'll just remind everybody I'm in Kaysville at Serenity Wellness Spa. If you want an easy, I think Tammy's going to put the links in there. I will later. Amy Winsett. Okay. AmyWinsett.com will take you straight to my scheduling page, and you can book an online session with me if you're from far away, or if you want to come in person. I'm right there in Kaysville, Utah. Hey, thanks, Tammy.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in like 47 days in Pocatello.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Okay.
See you, friends. All right. Awesome. Well, I am so excited to have you guys on today. Thank you for being a part of our energy healing family community. We so appreciate you. And let's see, Katie is asking what the name of the book is. Let's see, if you scroll up a little bit in the comments, you can find the links that I had posted for her book, to book a session. And let's see, what was the other one oh, here's her Facebook page as well. We'll go ahead and share that as well. I don't think I did the Facebook one yet. And then we'll go ahead and do that. And I looked in my emails to make sure I got everybody's emails, and it doesn't look like I did yet. So if you were one of the winners that I announced earlier, I want to go ahead and put my email up one more time, just in case you missed it. It's just my name, Tammy at hopehavenevents.com. So you can go there and send me an email so that I can go ahead and make sure I hook you up with the free tickets. Just make sure you tell me which one you wanted, the Pocatello or for Sandy, Utah. Sandy is coming up on November 12th. We usually have about, 1,000 people, 1,200 people-ish for that one. The Pocatello one usually sells out right around 800-ish, right around there. So I can go ahead and double check. If for some reason I'm not getting your email or whatever, you can also just send a message directly to the page here at Facebook. It's just Energy Healing Conference. So just to give you a couple of other little quick tips to help you. And so Lydia, Elizabeth, Candace, anybody else who had shared this, I just want to say thank you guys so much. And also, if you had wanted a copy of those self-empowerment affirmations that I had shared earlier, I just want to thank you again for letting me share those. That's something that I have been doing for years and have taught my family to do, my kids, and my 22-year-old daughter. I've shared her recordings before, and people literally just cry because it really touches them to hear somebody actually taking action and doing it. So I've been thinking about doing a class about self-advocacy and really showing up for yourself and just being your own personal advocate. And that's the book that I've been writing, and I've had a lot of people express interest in me doing a course about that. If you are interested, go ahead and send me an email about that as well, because it's something that I've been kind of toying with a little bit. So Brandy says the Amazon link doesn't take you to the book, Awakening the Healing of Your Soul. Doesn't take you to the book? Oh, I wonder what it takes you to. I'm afraid to click on it. Awakening the Healing of Your Soul is the name of the book. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right. So yeah, if you do a search on Amazon, you should be able to find it pretty easily though. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We'll be here next week. Enjoy the rest of your summer and we'll see you next time. Thanks everyone. Bye.